everyone, my name is Rainey. Welcome back to the 6th and final episode in my chronological filler-free watch guide for Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And today we're going to be doing the 6th and final season, or half a season, so to speak, The Lost Missions, which was released post-cancellation of the show and is significantly shorter than all of the seasons that preceded it. So right off the bat, this is going to be a much shorter video than all the rest, especially because a little under half the season I deem filler and unnecessary to watch anyway. So just a quick recap, if this is your first time here, then I'm just gonna do this real quick, so try to keep up. Go watch Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, episode 1 of this guide, episodes 2, 3, 4, and 5 of this guide, and then come back here. I'm gonna give you guys a second. Go ahead. We back? Okay, the first arc in this season is the Clone Conspiracy arc. I really like this arc because it foreshadows a very, very big event in the following film, Revenge of the Sith. It's a very different experience when you've grown to love a lot of the characters through this show before watching that film, because Revenge of the Sith came out long before the Clone Wars did. So a lot of people came into this show already knowing what happens in Revenge of the Sith, whereas you, the viewer, hopefully, have been following my guide and haven't seen Revenge of the Sith yet. Clone Conspiracy is a very important arc for this reason, and has a lot to do with the overall tonal shift in Star Wars as a whole beyond this point. And if you've grown to love the clones as much as I have up until this point, then these episodes are definitely going to leave a lasting impression on you. Now, the next 3 episodes are the Clovis arc. If you don't remember Clovis, that's because I told you to skip those episodes, and you can skip these too. The way I see it, Clone Wars unintentionally sort of cultivated this fan base that is actually super into the politics, because the way they handle it in this show makes a lot more sense than the way it's handled in the last 2 films. And I think there's a group of people that genuinely wanted to see a lot of the political stuff play out, and they're totally valid in wanting that. There is no wrong way to be a fan of Star Wars. I'm only here to suggest the things that I think are filler based on how I feel about Star Wars. The next arc, however, I don't recommend either. I just called it Mace and Jar Jar because that's really all it is. It's a pair of episodes with Mace Windu and Jar Jar Binks just kind of messing around doing stuff. While I don't like Jar Jar and I don't recommend these episodes, it's interesting to see how these two characters play upon each other. Because you've got Mace Windu, who's arguably the most miserable fuck in the entire Jedi Order. And then you've got Jar Jar Binks, who is the most ridiculous, over-the-top, happy-go-lucky character in all of Star Wars. So yeah, if you're interested in that dynamic and you want to see how that unfolds, watch these. Otherwise, don't. But again, there's no right or wrong way to be a fan of Star Wars. If you like Jar Jar, nobody can take that from you, okay? Don't let anybody make you feel bad about liking the stuff you like. Not even me, okay? Next, we have the last arc in all of Clone Wars. The last arc in this series of videos. The last moment that we're going to share, you and I, on this journey. I call it the Final Vision arc, and it's very important and I can't say much. Everything that happens in this arc exposits a lot of really important aspects of Star Wars. Also, it focuses very heavily on Yoda the entire time. The last episode in this arc was also a really important moment for fans like myself, who had been following the Legends canon as well up until this point, and were kind of upset that a lot of characters got left out of the Disney buyout and were no longer canon. But this particular arc makes a Dark Lord of the Sith canon again, known as Darth Bane. If you don't know who that is, you get a little introduction to his character in the last episode of this arc and the last episode of the entire series. And if you want to dive into more of Darth Bane as a character, then you can read up on Legends canon. But as far as official Disney canon, this is the only piece of media that Darth Bane has ever been featured in. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings our entire guide series to a close. So it's been fun, you guys. It's been fun on this ride. Thank you guys so much for sticking around the entire time. Thank you guys so much for following this guide. If it was helpful, please let me know in the comments. Please leave this video a like, share, subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out a lot, which is why I say to do it after every video. And, you know, click the bell icon. If you want to see more Star Wars stuff, definitely let us know. Season 7 of The Clone Wars drops tomorrow, so you are just in time. So close this video, go watch that last season, and you will be updated just in time to catch Season 7 of The Clone Wars on Disney Plus when it drops tomorrow, alongside my 1 month later review of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I'm not going to spoil much about that review, but I will say that that game definitely subverted a lot of my expectations. So if you want to see that, stay tuned tomorrow. Maybe watch that before you binge watch Clone Wars like I will. My name is Rainey. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you guys next time.